Hey there, thank you for tuning in to our Coffee People podcast and our Coffee People social media channels. This show is presented by our friends at Roastar Coffee Packaging. You can find them online at roastar.com. They provide high-quality, affordable packaging for coffee, tea, snacks, and more. I thank them for supporting Coffee People, the show, and Coffee People, all of you. Also for offering low minimum order quantities and making it easy to create customizable packaging for your company. Check out roastar.com. And now, back to the show. So I had this Coffee Smarter question I was going to ask you. Roastar asks us to get advice for other aspiring entrepreneurs in the coffee space about changing careers. But I think what I'd rather hear is, now that you're into this world, what advice might you offer to somebody thinking of leaving a corporate structure? What have you found to be the bigger challenge or the sticking points that make you sometimes either reconsider or make you go, yeah, this is the right call for me?
I definitely think that it's baby steps, right? It's not just one day, I don't like my boss. I don't like this. I quit. Don't do that. Definitely don't do that. I think that for me, the more research I did, the more I understood what I was getting myself into. Even though I understood a lot of what I was getting myself into, you still don't really know until you're in the thick of it. um, but it was baby steps. And I remember, I think, a quote from Jack Campbell, which I heard on like the Attraction video or the Attraction movie, was, it's like you're driving at night, right? And you have headlights on and you can only see 3 feet in front of you, and that's it. And then you get to that destination, and then your headlights shine another 3 feet in front of you. And that quote just really stuck with me in terms of how I got here. It's, you kind of had this destination in mind, but you have no idea how you're going to get there. You have no idea the funding. You have no idea how you're going to train your staff, who you're going to hire, where you're going to end up. Are you going to get a lease? What kind of lease are you going to get? All of these questions. But I just think I started to interview roasters. I started to interview coffee shop owners. I started to interview Brent, my mentor, and he gave me a lot of confidence in, you can do this, um, but it was honestly baby steps. The more that and and it's not so much I just quit my corporate job and opened a coffee shop. In between, I did a lot of coffee pop-ups. I brought like a little, one of those home coffees brewing, the Breville barista, and I went to coffee events, and I made lattes and I made drinks, and I did that whole thing. I I never felt like I wanted to just have a coffee cart or a truck, because I wanted that space. I knew very early on that I wanted a physical brick and mortar for people to congregate, and for people to gather and create, literally be creative, and meet each other. So that was always my goal. But along the way, I had partnered with this group called Forward Female, and they had a space in downtown LA. It was for female founders. And I did tons of pop up events with them, serving coffee, talking to customers. So I think it doesn't need to be such a big leap. I think you just kind of, maybe you go to farmers markets and you talk to other baristas and other founders, and you really see if it's for you, because it's never going to be this like straight arrow, straight shot into it. I think, and if you keep going, you're like, okay, I do like this. I do like serving coffee to people, but in kind of a smaller setting. It's like, okay, I did this event for 50 people. That was great. Next, I did this event for 100 people. Okay, that turned out okay. I didn't lose, lose it over that. And you just kind of keep, I feel like you just keep expanding and testing your boundaries and testing your limits to see, like, is this really what I want? Instead of just stepping into a coffee shop and be like, okay, I'm gonna buy this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna, and then you regret it. But I definitely think that to a certain point, I had gotten to the end of my career and there was nothing else I wanted to do with it. And I think that was another big revelation for me, in that I didn't want to pursue it anymore. And that was a really big push for me to do something else.